Yes, good day all of you. Today we are going to look into the IELTS writing module, which is the general writing module, a quick introduction into the letter writing and essay writing part. As you can see, my contact details are here on the slide. If you want to make a note, you can. I am looking to finish the introduction to all the 4 modules, and then we are going to start live solving in the coming videos. Now coming to the IELTS writing module. In the IELTS writing module, you have 60 minutes to do your module. You have 2 tasks, and as you all can see here, academic candidates, you have 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2, and the same goes for general candidates. General candidates also have 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. Task 1 is letter writing for the general candidates, and task 2 is essay writing for the general candidates. We are going to see a quick overview into the general IELTS writing pattern. Let's go to the next slide. Let's do a quick overview of the writing task 1 for general candidates. General candidates, in task 1, you have to do a letter writing. You have to do just 1 letter, and the recommended time would be 20 minutes. Now you might get a formal letter or a semi-formal letter or an informal letter. You get only 1 question. There is no choice to choose from. Let's go to the next slide. Now these are the rules for the letter writing. All of you by now, you should be knowing that your IELTS is out of 9 bands. If you are not sure about the introduction, I have given a quick video about the introduction to IELTS. You can go and watch that. Now IELTS is out of 9 bands, and the band descriptors are here. The examiners will score you based on these band descriptors. After you have written your letter, the task achievement, the ideas, which means the coherence and cohesion, the lexical resource, which stands for vocabulary, and the grammatical range and accuracy will be judged upon, and the examiners will give you a score out of 9. The rules to follow for letter writing: your letter must have a word count of 150 and above, but not more than 190 or 200. The recommended word count or the apt word count can be 180 to 190 words. You should be spending 20 minutes on this task. Letter writing is worth 1/3 of your marks, which means 2/3 of your marks will go for essay writing. So this has a lesser weightage, and that's why it is a 20-minute round. The most important thing you can do is demonstrate well in English. You'll be given a situation. Accordingly, you can decide whether that situation is a formal, semi-formal, or informal, and start writing your letter. Let's go to the next slide. This is the introduction to writing task 2 for general candidates. Here you have to do an essay writing. During the essay, you might get an argumentative topic, or you might have to discuss both the views on a certain topic, or discuss the advantages and disadvantages of a certain issue. Or you might get an environmental issue, and you might have to discuss the causes for it and the solutions for it. So the essays, the questions will come from these 2 areas. It will either be a social issue or an environmental issue. Coming to the rules to follow for writing task 2, which is your essay writing. The word count must be 250 words and more. Recommendable, do not write more than 300 words. So 250 to 300 words is the word count. You should be spending 40 minutes on this task. Sometimes if you spend 25 minutes on task 1, that's completely fine. You can keep the remaining 35 minutes for task 2. There is no hard and fast rule to make it a 20 and 40 minute round. Yes, sometimes if your letter writing extends by 5 minutes, then you can keep 35 minutes for essay writing. That is not an issue. But it is a 60-minute round. At the end of 60 minutes, you will have to be submitting your paper. So task 2 is worth 66% of your total marks, which means 2/3 of the scores or weightage goes to task 2, hence a 40-minute round, and 1/3 of the score will attribute for the letter writing, hence it's a 20-minute round. That's what I've written below as an example. I mean, if you get like a 6.5 and a 6, so 33% and 67% will be taken accordingly. But let's aim for higher scores, as I'm going to focus only on general top candidates in this YouTube channel. It's going to be more of IELTS, general letter writing, essay writing, solving general reading question papers. And coming to speaking and listening, these two modules are the same for both academic and general. Let's move on to the next slide. And as you can see here, both your task 1 and task 2 will be scored on these bases: task achievement, coherence and cohesion. And I've given you short explanations under each. So task achievement, how well you answer the question, 25% marks. And these scoring criteria are very similar for both task 1 and task 2. That means for both letter writing and essay writing. We'll get into the detail of the scoring criteria in another video when I'm solving an essay or going to give you a sample letter, like a live typing session. Today, just get an idea of the scoring pattern for your writing module for both the tasks. Your letter and essay will be judged on task achievement and task response. So, which means you're presenting the information clearly. All the parts of the questions are answered. Overall, your letter and essay is giving a clear overview, and you have highlighted features and supporting details, and that is for the academic task only. Coherence and cohesion. Coherence are your ideas, and cohesion is how well you are interconnecting those ideas using your signpost words or directional words like firstly, secondly, thirdly, finally, or however, moreover, furthermore, these kind of words. How well your text is structured. Okay, so if you're writing a paragraph, if that paragraph is logically interconnected well between it using these signpost words. Let's go to the next slide. And these are the other two band descriptors. Lexical resource is about your vocabulary. You have to use a range of vocabularies, whether it is a letter writing or an essay writing part. Vocabularies contributes 25% of your marks. As you can see, there are 4 band descriptors, and each band descriptor has an equal weightage of 25% each. And that's how you get your score out of 9 bands as well. So lexical resource is vocabulary. Avoid spelling errors, spelling mistakes with your vocabulary. Use a range of vocabularies. Make sure you're getting a good score when it comes to vocabularies. And grammatical range and accuracy is your last band descriptor. Grammatical range is using a range of sentences, which means using a simple, compound, complex, if conditionals. So all these sentences. If you Google sentence structures, you will understand, and it is a small grammar topic. Using a wide variety of conjunctions and making lengthy sentences, that's basically grammatical range. And accuracy will be all the grammar mistakes you make. Okay, so if your essay or letter do not have grammar mistakes, and if you are able to use a wide range of sentences using the right conjunctions, you will get full scores under grammatical range and accuracy. Usually the grammar mistakes we might be making in our exam is using the wrong capitalizations, or capitalizing a common noun and not capitalizing a proper noun. Maybe mistakes with commas, using it randomly between a sentence, and spelling mistakes maybe. I have also come across very silly mistakes when it comes to articles and prepositions. If you are not very sure, in one of the videos, I will give you a small grammar session related to IELTS, and we'll go through that. It is recommendable to cover these 5 grammar topics before you go for your exam, for your IELTS writing especially. You have to be good with parts of speech, tenses, articles, sentence structures, and your basic punctuation marks. If you cover these 5 grammar topics, I think you will be ready to go for the IELTS writing module. Let's go to the next slide. Now, this is the time management for task 1 and task 2 for the letter writing and the essay writing part. 20-minute time is the breakdown, what you can see here for the letter writing. It is recommended to plan your letter for 2 minutes, plan and group before writing. Spend 15 minutes to write. Spend the last 3 minutes, 2 plus 1, to do your proofreading. And if you want to do a quick word count, you can do that. You don't have to count an individual word. There is a small technique to do your word count. You can take any random line from your letter or essay. You can count the number of lines. You can count the number of words in that line. And then you can multiply it with the number of lines. So to do a word count, all you have to do is take a random line from your letter or essay, count the number of words in that line, and multiply it with the number of lines. You'll get an approximate word count. Even the examiners, I believe, will do such kind of word count. They will not have time to sit and count individual words, right? If at all you feel your letter or your essay is a bit short in length, just to be on the safer side, do a word count like this. Those who are going for the computer based test, you will not have to do a word count manually like this, because you will have a word counter at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Now, this is the band descriptor that the examiners will use to correct your essay and letter. It's called a public version. As you can see here, band 9876, and their descriptions under task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy are given. Don't worry too much. What you have to do is make sure you check all the boxes, and your scores will get automatically. It is highly recommendable. General candidates aim for 7 and above in your writing module. In the next slide here, I'm just showing you a sample question for the writing task 1, which is letter writing. In your exam, this is how the question will be. A situation will be given to you, and below that situation, you will get 3 or 4 bullet points. So what is the situation here? On a recent holiday, you lost a valuable item. Fortunately, you have travel insurance to cover the cost of anything lost. Now, what you have to do in your letter, you have to write a quick explanation for these 3 bullet points. Make each bullet point into a paragraph so that you have 3 paragraphs, and you have to do the opening salutation and closing salutation accordingly. When I say opening and closing salutation, I am referring to dear sir, dear madam, would be the opening salutation, and closing salutation would be yours faithfully and your name, right? Let's go to the next slide. Now, this will be the structure to follow for the letter writing. You have to do an opening salutation, like I told you, dear sir / madam, and convert each bullet point to one paragraph. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. And at the ending, you can use a closing line. I look forward to hearing from you at your earliest. And the closing salutation, yours faithfully or sincerely, and your full name. So this is the structure for letter writing, all of you. In the coming videos, we are going to see sample letters, and you will understand the pattern better. The purpose of this video is to give you a quick introduction into the IELTS general writing pattern. Here, all of you can see a sample question for the writing task 2. And this is how your question will be. A situation will be given to you, and you will have to write an essay on the given instruction. So what is the situation given to all of you here? Media coverage of violent crime frightens people and encourages criminals. Some people say it should be banned from newspapers and TV programs. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So the situation given to you is media coverage of violent crimes and the impact of it on the society. And you have to either agree or disagree on that, or you can even do both. Cover, both the sides and finish your essay. This will give you a better idea into the writing module. As you all can see here, this is the structure to follow for the writing task 2. All of you have to make 4 paragraphs in your exam. 250 to 300 would be the word count you should be looking at. Your first paragraph will be an introduction, followed by body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. And the last paragraph will be your conclusion. As you can see in the introduction, it's very important to paraphrase the question, make a thesis or give an opinion, and write the finishing line or the outline statement for your introduction. And in the body paragraphs, it is recommendable if you can give 2-3 good ideas with an example for each paragraph. Like 3 good ideas, give an example, or 2 good ideas, explain further, and give an closing a line for each paragraph. In the conclusion, you have to summarize body para 1 and 2 in 2 sentences maybe, and give an opinion on an if conditional, and end your conclusion that way. An if conditional is a sentence starting with if. It's a grammar topic. If you want to go Google that word, you can Google and check it out. This will be the structure to follow for your essay writing, all of you. Let's move on. As you all can see here, this is the writing answer sheet for those who are planning to go for the writing paper-based test. In the writing paper-based test, you will get an answer sheet, and it will be a ruled paper like this. As you all can see here, you have the candidate name to be written here. The candidate name should be written as per the passport. And this is the answer sheet for writing task 1 only, as you all can see the heading here, which is letter writing. Candidate number, center number will be given to you on the day of the test. You don't need to worry. And you'll have to shade any one box, academic or general. So here we are looking at general in this video channel. Shade general and write the test date and start writing your letter. I'm sure you will not need additional papers, as you'll be writing just 150 to 200 words. And the candidate number also is here on the other sheet. And if you can see below, for official use only. Now this particular space will be for the examiner's use. And as you can see, the 4 band descriptors here: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy. And these are the penalties you should be adhering to, not adhering to. Under length, if at all your letter or essay is below 150 and 250 words, number of words, penalty, going off topic, using memorized content and illegible handwriting. These are all the penalties the examiners will be looking at in your letter writing and essay writing. Otherwise, I think now all of you have got a good idea. This will be the pattern of the answer sheet in the paper-based exam. And this will be the answer sheet pattern for task 2, which is your essay writing, for those who are going to go for your paper-based test. Today, there is a slight change in the rules when it comes to paper-based test. All of you have to use a black ballpoint pen, and a pencil is no longer allowed. Usually pencils used to be allowed, but now you have to use a black ballpoint pen only. The same candidate name, number, test module, test date, sheet, and candidate number again. And you have to start writing your essay here. I think you can get up to 1 or 2 additional papers and not more than that for your writing module in the paper-based exam for both letter writing and essay writing. So minor rules like this keep changing, and you'll be briefed upon that in the exam hall, not to worry. Overall, this is the pattern of the IELTS writing module. Now, those who are planning to go for the computer-based test, let me just show you the layout of how it looks. Okay, as all of you can see here, this will be the layout for those who are planning to take the computer-based test. On the left-hand side of the screen, you will find the question, and on the right-hand side of the screen, you will find the space to type your answer with the word count, and this is for the letter writing part. If you can see this tab, this small icon on the screen, you will be able to expand it or move it right and left accordingly. If you want more space for the writing part on the right hand side of the screen, you can click and drag it this side, and you'll have more space for typing. And as you can see, the word count will be here. The timer will be here on the upper corner of the screen, either on the left and right hand side. Not to worry. Okay. And this is the computer based layout for the essay writing part. On the left hand side, you have the question, and on the right hand side, there is a space to type your essay. You will have the word counter below the typing bar. You can see the word counter here, and you can see the timer remaining, and it's quite an organized test. So this is the entire pattern into the IELTS writing module. Okay, and that's it. We have come to the end of the video. Hope all of you have got a good idea into the pattern of the IELTS General Writing. You have two tasks, letter writing and essay writing, and I hope you have some clarity now. In the coming videos, we are going to show you samples. We are going to do live typing and show you how to go ahead and do your answers. Subscribe to the channel, keep watching, and I'll meet you in the upcoming videos. Thank you guys. Good day, signing off. This is Sam, your tutor from Prep Master. Let's meet in the next video.